So, your Beauty and the Beast packet, we are going to be working on our worksheets. Okay, we're going to be working on the worksheets. So you need to all be open to the first page of the worksheet. Jonah, you will have a blue chip on your desk when you get back because the instructions were to have that out and ready. Okay, I'm going to read to you the two sentences. Your job is on each line. We notice there's a blank line. You're going to write either the word first or the word then. Okay? So you're going to write either the word first or the word then. Why do you think I have a capital F here? Finley? Call on a friend that has their hand raised. Just call on someone to help you.
Because it was at the first or the...
Of a what? It's at the beginning of a what? Sentence. Yep, it's at the front or the beginning of a sentence. So, I'm going to have... Whoops. Sorry, Zachary. You couldn't see anything but a blank board. I'm going to have either the word first or the word then. Okay? So I will read the two sentences. Then you are going to try and say which one happened first and which one was later. So it says first and then. Okay? Are you ready? So I'm going to read the first two sentences. Number 1. The merchant and his family live in a simple cottage. The merchant and his family live in a lavish home. Which one is first and which one is then? Which one is first and which one is then? So you're writing it on a line. Okay. Class.
Yes.
Which one happened first? Weston?
They lived in a simple cottage.
Now, why do you think that? What made you think that?
Because on the first picture, when we started reading this book, we saw it as a simple cottage.
And then what did we see?
And then later on, we saw all Beauty's sisters in a big house.
Yes, so Weston says when the story first starts, we see them in a simple cottage, but then after Beast gives the merchant some money, then he buys a really expensive home. That is a true statement. If that is why you put first, that's okay. Did anybody else put a different one that happened first? Hadley? What'd you say?
The merchant and his family lived in a simple cottage. The first merchant and his family lived in a lavish home.
So you said first they lived in the lavish home. Why did you say that first they lived in a lavish home? What were you thinking? What from the story made you think first they lived in the lavish home?
Because we saw it in the story.
Okay. Does anybody remember at the beginning of our story what we learned about what the daughters were really used to, Jonah?
Fine dresses.
Fine dresses and fancy things. But what happened to the merchant to where they didn't have those fine things anymore, Layla? Yep, he lost all his stuff. He didn't have any more money. So, I think that one is too confusing because I think there are two right answers there. Because in our story, whenever it starts with Beauty and the Beast, they do live in a cottage, and then the Beast gives the family money. So then after that, they do buy a fancy home. But we also know that they used to live in a fancy home. Then they lost all their money, and then they went to a cottage. So whichever one you put there, that's okay, as long as you know the reason for why you put it. So number 2. Which one happened first? Which one happened next? The merchant loses 2 full ships of cargo. The merchant finds out that 1 ship was found. Which one's first? Which one's then?
Can you read that again?
Follow along. The merchant loses 2 ships full of cargo. The merchant finds out that 1 ship was found. Which one's first? Which one's then? I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to write what you think. Nevaeh, eyes on your own paper. It doesn't matter what his idea was. You have to be able to tell me what your idea was. Why don't you guys cover your answers after you've written them?
That's what I did. Just flip your paper over. Or put this over.
Okay, which one happened first? Which one happened first, Clayton?
The 2 ships got lost.
Yeah, first the merchant loses 2 full ships of cargo, and then he finds out that the ship was found. Okay, number 3. The merchant rides his horse in a snowstorm. The merchant finds a castle. Which one's first? Which one's then? The merchant rides his horse in a snowstorm. The merchant finds a castle. Yeah, that first one. That's pretty down. Which one happened first? Did he ride in the snowstorm first, or did he find a castle first? Which one happened first, Lizzie?
He rode in a snowstorm.
And then he,
Down.
yeah. All right, number 4.
Wait, there's no number 4.
Flip your paper.
4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do the happy, sad.
We will get to the happy side, but not yet. That's not yet. Okay. First and then, the merchant finds a rose garden. The merchant eats a meal. Oh, this one might be a little bit harder for us to remember. The merchant finds a rose garden. The merchant eats a meal. Which one's first and which one's then? Ooh, this isn't even tricking you guys. Good job.
Okay.
Some of you guys got this. All right, which one was first? Did he eat a meal first or did he find a rose garden first? Alice?
Eat a meal first. Yeah.
First, the merchant eats a meal. Then the merchant finds a rose garden.
Yes. I'm going to cover it.
So first, a merchant eats the meal. Then the merchant finds the rose garden. So Connor, you need to erase yours and fix it. All right. The beast appears. The merchant picks a rose for Beauty. Which one's first? Which one's then? Number 5. The beast appears. The merchant picks a rose for Beauty. Which one's first? Which one's then? Make sure, because it's the beginning of a sentence, we're using capital letters. Question for you guys. One of our vocabulary words is appearances. What does appearance mean? Weston?
Means somebody appears in front of you.
No, what does appearance mean? Remember our moral of our story was don't judge someone by their appearance. What's appearance, Kinley? What? Clayton?
It's not what's on the outside, it's what's in the inside.
That's the moral of our story. So appearance is how they look where? On the outside. And then here it says the beast appears. So that's really interesting. What does appears mean in this sentence? Weston gave us to us. The beast appears. What did that mean he did? Weston? He popped out. They could see him. And the word appearance means how we look on the outside. And the word appears means that someone could see him. That's kind of interesting because appears has to do with what we can see. Okay, because you can see them. They suddenly come out. And appearance has to do with what we look like. All right, which one was first? Did the beast appear first or did the merchant pick a rose for beauty first? Which one was first, Jonah?
Then the beast appears. First, the merchant picks a rose for beauty.
Yep, first the merchant picks a rose for beauty, then the beast appears. Excellent job. Okay, our last one of this activity. The beast tells the merchant his punishment. The beast lets the merchant go back to his daughters. Okay, which one was first? Did the beast tell the merchant his punishment, or did the beast let the merchant go back to his daughters first? Which one was first, Renzo? The beast tells the merchant his punishment first. Yep, first he's told his punishment, and then he's allowed to go back. Okay, today we are going to do an activity with the beginning, the middle, and the end of our story. So we just did an activity about what came first, and then what happened after that. So now I want you guys to help me out. We have the beginning of our story. We have the middle of our story. And then we have the end of our story. What happened at the very beginning of our story? The very beginning, before anything else, what happened, Alice? Who's they?
The sisters, the merchant, and Beauty. They moved to the little cottage.
Why? Why'd they have to move to the little cottage?
Because the merchant lost two of his boats.
So a rich merchant lost his, what did they call that? It's one of our vocabulary words. It starts with an F. He lost his what? Starts with an F. What did he lose? His what? Everybody grab out your vocabulary packet. Grab out your vocabulary packet. Someone else grab it. Good job, guys. Way to be in the habit. Oh, don't forget your mask. Kinley, put your mask on. If you stand out of your chair, you have to put your mask on.
I already had
Put your mask on. Oh, hey, yes. What do you think it is?
Fortune.
Yes, but just wait a second.
She said to get this out.
5, 4, 3, 2. You need to bring your whole packet. packet. You don't need to get it out, Landon. Just bring that whole packet with you. 1. Okay. What did he lose? His what, Renzo?
His fortune.
So a rich merchant lost his fortune. What happened next? What happened next at the beginning of our story? We're still at the very beginning of our story. What happened next? Weston.
He went off to town to get some stuff.
Why, though? Why'd he go to get stuff? He didn't have any money. Why'd he go to get stuff? Okay, sorry, guys. I got to make sure Zachary can see this. Why'd he go to get stuff? Layla? Oh, there is nobody around Mrs. May for 6 feet. So one of his ships was found, so he set off for town. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good rhyme.
What was he going to do when he got to town? What did the sisters ask him to do? What did they ask him to do? Weston?
They asked them if they wanted anything from town, and the oldest sister wanted a diamond necklace. No. No. I think it was the oldest sister. No. That was that was the second oldest.
So the oldest sister wanted what? What did she want, everyone? The oldest sister wanted a gown. What did the second sister want? Everyone, what did the second sister?
Diamond necklace.
The second wanted a necklace. Diamond. And what did Beauty want?
A rose.
Okay, now, what happened after he got the stuff? Did he have the rose yet? No. So what was he doing? What was he doing at this point in our story? What was he doing, Landon? Okay, he was going to find a rose. Was that what he was doing? No, he was coming home. He wasn't going to find a rose. Remember, he had forgotten the rose. Well, he was coming home, but something was happening. What was happening when he was coming home, Lizzie?
He was getting nervous because he forgot the rose.
Did he even realize he'd forgotten the rose? No, he didn't. What was happening when he was on his way home? Hadley?
It started to snow.
There was a big snowstorm, and during the snowstorm, what happened? During the snowstorm, what happened? Clayton?
He almost got knocked off. He almost got knocked off of the horse.
Okay, but what big event happened during the snowstorm? What did he find? Okay, he found a castle. Okay, I'm going to write that one sentence, but Nurse Kathy is going to be calling some of you to go with her.
Actually, you're all come down.
Oh, just kidding. We're all coming down.
But not all of you may get a treatment or get a screening. We're all going to come down. We're going to line up. Is there a line leader? All right, get the line leader. Everybody line up quietly behind the line leader.
No, it's
We have the mask. We have it on.
She said not all of us will.
Some of you didn't turn paperwork back. Everybody listen, please. Everybody listen. Everybody listen. No, that means you. Okay, when we get down there, I'm going to give you all a piece of paper. And on here, if your parent said no, then you're still going to come down, but you won't go through the screening process. Some of your parents said, yeah, look at their teeth.